Hey, good afternoon. It's 2:56, December 26th, the day after Christmas. And I just got home, I don't know, maybe about an hour or two ago. Maybe about an hour ago, I guess. And I'm kind of hungry, but not quite yet. I decided to make some soup. And it's in the pot right now. And, I'm not really into cooking, okay? I don't like cooking very much. But it's kind of something I have to do. It's one of those things you got to eat, right? So, I've never been somebody who enjoys being in the kitchen. When I was younger, I did because, like the baking and stuff like that was a lot of fun. But, when it comes to real cooking, I'm just not, you know, very talented. And people say, oh, you can learn, you can learn. And yeah, and I follow the recipes. But sometimes I try to deviate from it because I may not really want this particular thing in there. But the whole content of it, I guess, sounds good to me. But I just kind of threw some stuff together and kind of based it loosely off another recipe that I used, but I want to try something different this time. So, I guess I'm learning to improve. I don't know, but anyway. So, it's the day after Christmas, and, my son came over yesterday and he spent some time with me, which I appreciate. It's very nice of him spending time with an old lady on Christmas, but I always enjoy seeing my son. So it was nice to have him over and, just kind of talk about stuff, and it was nice to have him. So today is the day after Christmas, and I had to run and go get a couple of things, and I decided to treat myself to some stuff. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with Wish.com. Now I know some people have been like kind of burned. I guess maybe they advertised an item that wasn't exactly what they showed on the picture, which I saw some people with like prom dresses that they ordered. I wouldn't recommend buying something important for a formal occasion from a website like that, especially if you're running out of time, okay? I will say that sometimes, the items come, in a relatively timely manner, and then sometimes it could take, a very long time. But, I have been very happy with some of the things that I've received from this particular online website. And like I said, it's kind of good to read. There's a description where you can read, what you're getting. And so, kind of take your chances from there, okay? There's certain things that you can get, like you can get knitting supplies. You can get certain things there for really cheap. Sometimes you only have to pay the shipping, okay? I don't know why they're wanting to give certain things away, but all you have to do is pay the shipping. So, it's good, especially for people who are like on a tight budget, which a lot of people are right now, not just TIs, not just me, but it's a lot of people out there, so they're looking for bargains. So I mentioned before that it rains a lot. Well, it rains, but also where I work, there's a lot of dirt, and I have kind of damaged a lot of my shoes out there because, just coming out of my car into the building, sometimes there's a lot of dirt out there, and, I decided to throw away some old boots that I used to wear that I've been wearing through the course of time out there. And it does. I mean, my shoes get dirty a lot. So I kept thinking, okay, well, I'm going to have to get something I'm going to wear like on every day, that is going to protect my feet from the rain. Because I wasn't prepared. I don't buy weather type gear. I don't. Okay. I know most people do. But like I said, there was a time where I just kind of stopped thinking about buying winter coats, everything else. I think it's because, you become accustomed to driving your car. I don't spend a lot of time outside, whatever. So now I just like, okay. So anyway, I got some rain boots. This is the first pair that I got. They're kind of dirty a little bit. And they're reasonable price. I mean, these are kind of like, I guess they're like plastic or whatever, but the point is to keep my feet dry. That's the point. And they do. I mean, obviously there's no water that can seep in. So then I also bought this pair too, which this came with these like little pads inside where you slip them in. It has a cuff. And I looked at it and I thought, I can duplicate this. And so I did make a duplicate of it, for these boots right here, and I can also interchange them. Yes, I like to color coordinate. What I like about these boots is that they can be worn with just about anything, and most important, keep my feet dry. So I thought these were really cute. And so then also, what else did I get? Oh, as you know, I've been mentioning that I've been doing a lot of looming with the looming, um, um, the knitting loom. And so, I have been making a lot of hats, and which I'm very happy, as well as a lot of scarves. And, I feel as though I have enough, except for the ones I'm working with. This is the last one I finished. And this was a hat here. And I made a flower. I got a flower loom, too. And I love the colors of this. If you can't really tell the colors from, maybe the lighting's not really good in here, but it's like a purple. It's got some flecks of like rose color pink, darker type pink, and so I thought this was cute. So right now I'm working on the matching scarf, and I think I will be done for, I think I have just about every color. I do like color coordinating. That's just the way it is. Doesn't matter where I'm going. I just like clothes. Okay, we all know that. So I decided to, I've been wanting a hat. I got this one at wish.com. I didn't make this one. This is cute. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, but it's okay, which is fine. I want to keep my hair, yes, I have my little stuffed animals up here. I have, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought about wish.com. Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff there, and, I do like, I just like hats, okay? Number one, I have hair issues, so I don't always want to deal with my hair, I don't, I mean, sometimes, I'll go ahead and, take care of it and straighten it and put it up in a ponytail or that's nice and smooth and looks presentable to going to the store, okay? But as far as like, I would call it like a professional look, my hair is just really ratty. It just is. I saw a black girl today. She had like a natural afro, and she looked great in it, and we were talking, I mentioned that I tried doing that one time before, and it was a nightmare, but she looked great in it, some people can get away with that. Okay, so those are my little things I got from Wish. Also, I did buy some turtlenecks, to keep me warm this season. Now, the weird part about these turtlenecks, okay? The weird part about these turtlenecks, they look really small. Like, I know they're made in China, okay, and it didn't say anything about what size it was. It didn't have, like, small, medium, large, anything like that. It just had this turtleneck. And I kept thinking, oh, well, I don't know. And I know it's stretch material, but I keep thinking, okay, if these turtlenecks are going to end up choking me, I'm going to have to do something about that. So if I have to, I can remove this right here and just kind of wear it as a regular shirt, but I'm just trying to stay warm this season. So I got that, and what else did I get? I'm playing show and tell of wish.com. If I can remember all these things. I had to get some bed straps too, which I really don't need to show you that. But these bed straps, I guess I have issues with, like my sheets. Even though they're fitted, they shift, and I feel like I don't move around in bed a lot, but they kind of shift, so I've got these straps to keep the sheet down, underneath the mattress, and it seems to be working, I got those, and I didn't pay for those, actually, only paid shipping. So yeah, there's a lot of really good deals that you can get from this particular website. I know I got other stuff, I just cannot think of it at the moment. But anyway, so I've been working on my mood a lot, I'm trying not to think about, the bullshit that I went through. Unnecessarily illegal, we all know that, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry you're tired of hearing it by now, but, I do deal with certain triggers, certain things will make me think of this issue, and so I'm trying really hard not to, go back into that weird mode of thinking or that uncomfortable feeling, because it's really not a good thing. But I know that they threw like a commercial on here just recently, which I'm going to have to say, I'm upset with Pandora. I do get Pandora, and I'm thinking, gosh, I used to pay maybe $5 a month for Pandora, which I still like Pandora, even though they play a lot of the same songs over and over and over again. It's just something quick that I can flip on real quick. I know that AccuRadio and a couple of other ones are on here. I have listened to them for what I consider to be music or songs that I don't really listen to a lot, because it gives me a variety. Because, you don't want to listen to the same music over and over and over again, because it can kind of dull you out. So, but I guess Pandora's quick when I want to flip something on and just have background noise. And some of the songs are really nice anyway. But still, I mean, I'm kind of upset that they're starting to throw advertisements in here. And that kind of bothers me. I guess I could upgrade, but, I'm trying to watch money. So, I mean, is it really that big of an issue? I guess I can suck it up and deal with some commercials. But when they trigger me, about this gang stalking issue and everything that happened, I'm like, oh my gosh, So there's a lot of that, I guess what you call post-traumatic stress disorder that's associated with this whole issue, But, I guess that's like, minor compared to a lot of other people who've dealt with this too. So anyway, yeah, I think my soup is doing okay. I hope it is. If it turns out bad, I'm going to have to eat it anyway. Mainly because, I don't like to waste food. And I do that sometimes. Like, I'll buy celery for one recipe. And, like, within days, the celery starts to go bad. So I try not to waste food, So I got to be careful with that. But anyway, so I hope you guys all had a nice Christmas. That goes, I mean, what I'm talking about is, like, I'm referring to the TIs that are, kind of doing things all by themselves and just, like, kind of wondering what's going on with the world. Because, it can be a depressing time for some people, I'm sure, like, we deal with depression, like, on a daily basis, but sometimes Christmas could, like, really make you feel like, man, but, yesterday I did watch a few Christmas specials, I guess, and then, I did listen to some Christmas music, I think, on the December 24th I did, the day before Christmas, a little bit on Christmas Day. I used to love Christmas songs when I was growing up, and I still do. It's just that, I've been like this grumpy, messed up mood lately because of all this bullshit, but, I'm trying to pull myself out of it, I'm trying to, just doing small things, what I mean? Like, yesterday I worked on, like, the linings of my boots, and I also made a pair of slippers, and, it's just, I try to divert my attention away from the gang stalking, away from these betrayal issues and stuff like that, okay? Because I think it's time for me to move on and piece my shit together again, instead of, like, wondering what the fuck is going on, I really feel like, obviously it was something that shouldn't have happened. Obviously it was wrong. I do feel like, I want justice. I do. I mean, I feel like I suffered, for something I had nothing to do with and I wasn't even aware of, And so when you deal with something like that and you're just like, wow, you always wondering who can you trust, and it's not cool. But yeah, so back to my mental exercises of trying to stay, mentally sound. What I mean by that is, like, I don't want to fall into depression or pessimism or anything, but, I just try to keep myself busy with my little hobbies and stuff. And sometimes I don't feel like messing with anything. Sometimes I just want to, just sit, which I do a lot of sitting, but I'm like, do something. You got to do something. It can really, make a person's motivation level go down, because it wipes you out. Because you don't really have a lot of positive thoughts, Most thoughts are just like of the last few years or when you were dealing with all this shit. And it's always negative. It's always negative, So yesterday, I was thinking about Christmases when I was a kid. That kind of made me happy for a little bit, Because, that was a time when I was just kind of, naive and innocent and just, optimistic overall, and then now, I'm like, God damn, it's just shit. There's so much shit. I guess, I don't know, but it was a nice time just kind of watching some of the old shows and stuff like that, it was touching, I guess. But anyway, so I'm going to go back to my whatever it is I thought I was doing, which was kind of cooking, I guess. See how that turns out, and then just kind of maybe mess around later on tonight with the sewing. it's hard because, it's really hard for me sometimes. But I know a lot of people are in this situation. I know it, and it's sad, it's very sad, But what do? You just kind of pick yourself up and try. I try to take, enjoy the things that I enjoy, enjoy the things that, I really love to do, to try to help myself. Those rain boots that I got, they make me happy. They do. They're inexpensive, number one, but number two, it's like, they're colorful. They perk you up. They make me feel better. It's just something that makes me cheerful. I don't know, and I try to do things that are going to help me that way. And they do help, it does help to, surround yourself with things that you enjoy, and I'm trying to do that with a clear head and not think about the negative, that's what gets me, is the constant remembering this and then being reminded of that, and when you're in this situation, everything reminds you of it. I was talking to this girl a few days ago. I kept thinking everything that goes on in our life is a result of what happened. Everything, the very fact that I'm sitting in this space right now is a result of everything that happened, all of it, the very fact that I'm wearing rain boots, so on and so forth, everything. The reason why I'm buying things from Wish.com. Okay, I would have bought things from Wish.com even if I was a millionaire, okay? I'm cheap and I'm always looking for a bargain, okay, so scratch that one. But I will say, just every little thing that is going on in my life right now is a result of that, good or bad or whatever, which I say there's a lot of bad. So that's one of the reasons why I have to deal with these mental issues, like these issues of, slipping back into depression and just anger and just rage, and rightfully so. It's understandable that I should feel that way. But, so anyway, I don't want to go on and on about that. I'm just trying to, make myself feel better, I guess. So the winter coat issue, I did want to talk about that. I did look for a winter coat, and I bought this off Wish.com, which this particular item was shown on another website, and I thought I was getting a deal, and it would have been the exact same thing because it's the exact same coat that I saw on the other website. But the thing is that I don't feel as though it is really appropriate for winter. And the reason why, when I actually got it, it was one of those kind of disappointed type items that I got from Wish.com. It's more like a windbreaker. I mean, it's very thin. I forgot to show you this in the beginning. I like patchwork or design, I guess. And anyway, I bought this. Where'd it go? It's in my closet. I got a bunch of coats in here. I'm bitching. I don't have enough coats. I don't really, because some of these are kind of beat up, and the stuff that you'd wear to. I mean, I could wear at where I work now, but still, what I needed was something that was thick, something that was going to really keep me warm. Okay, and here's this coat that I was talking about. And I really liked. I like it. It's cute. And it's very colorful. Check it out. Got a hood on it, which I didn't realize it had a hood on it when I bought it, but whatever. Yeah, the colors are really nice. But it's more like a windbreaker, and it seems like it would be more ideal for springtime because of the fact that it's a windbreaker. And I do like to base my clothes based on season too, because, I'm just like that. I like to kind of match the environment, I guess, as much as I possibly can. But anyway, so the winter coat issue. So I did make a coat many years ago, about 3 years ago, and I kept thinking, I'm going to mess with that and kind of take in the sides and see, because I really didn't like the pattern, but it was just a real basic quick coat that I could slip on. And so I kept thinking, I don't like the way it hangs. I don't like that. So I'm going to get nitpicky with that sometime and maybe just take the sides in and then try to cinch the waist a little bit on it so that it looks more, instead of this big black thing that's hovering all over my body. It looks kind of weird. But anyway, so that's what I've been up to. And so we're coming up to 2019. And even the year that I'm counting the year, I kept thinking, okay, so how long has this bullshit been going on? I'm thinking about 2009, before that, when I got back into town or anything. This has been going on for the longest fucking time, okay? So when I think about as we're progressing in through time, I'm like, my goodness, like, see, you see, everything that I talk about or everything I think, do, and say is a result of that. I want you to understand how heavy this is on a person, But anyway, 2019, and I'm not somebody who makes like New Year's resolutions, but I'm like, I just hope that I don't ever have to deal with that shit again. That's my biggest hope for any part of the future, whether it be tomorrow, whenever. But I just really don't ever want to have to think about, I would just like to one day forget this whole issue, and move on and forget it and never have to think about it again. Which I'm going to say that's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, and I'm still dealing with that. I'm going to deal with it, and I have to accept the fact that maybe I might be dealing with this for the rest of my life. Um, yeah. But anyway, wrapping up this video. Don't want to keep rambling. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back with another video later. Bye bye.